Well, following a week of fierce clashes along the border, Afghanistan and Pakistan have now agreed on a comprehensive and meaningful ceasefire during talks in Doha. The talks were mediated by Qatar's foreign ministry and follow-up meetings are scheduled for the 25th of October. The ground fighting between the one-time allies and Pakistani airstrikes across their contested 2,600-kilometer frontier were triggered after Islamabad demanded that Kabul rein in militants who had stepped up attacks in Pakistan, saying they operated from havens in Afghanistan. Major General Sudhakarji, international affairs expert, is joining us from New Delhi at this point in time. General Sudhakarji, always a pleasure, sir, to speak to you. This is Vineet. Well, the ceasefire is all right. If they're getting along at the behest of Qatar and Turkey, that is also fine. But are we not addressing the big elephant in the room, which is the TTP, whose only existence is to wipe out Pakistan and Pakistanis?
Good evening, Vineet. Thank you for getting me for your show. And in your question lies the answer, bang on, I would say. TTP, the sooner Pakistan realizes the genesis of TTP, takes their mind back to the genesis and tries to relate to its demand, I think it would do well for the prosperity and growth of Pakistan itself. I'm afraid it's not happening. TTP is the biggest danger as far as the internal stability and order is concerned in Pakistan, and also there is an existential crisis. They have demanded three very important things. One is disregarding the Durand line, which is known to everyone by now, and because they want to unify the Pashtunistan onto either side of the Durand line to one integral component, which perhaps to my limited understanding would form part of Afghanistan, because the Pashtunistan has always been part of Afghanistan. Second is to have the Sharia law applied across the entire nation state of Pakistan, but to start with in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And third and most important thing is they want to destroy the military or the security apparatus. They want to have their parallel structures and governance. So these are the three basic demands. But be that as it may, the major issue which is actually coming up as far as the TTP is coming issue is that the Afghanistan Taliban and the TTP of Pakistan, they have got common genesis. Common genesis, that means they have been brought up from the similar kind of madrasas, the Haqqani madrasas. The teaching methodologies have been same. However, TTP per se came into existence in the year 2007. If you take your mind back, there are more than 13 groups which unified to form TTP. They have gone through lots of ups and downs. 2020 was a year of turbulence. They have reunified after a big effort by the present leader, Mr. Masood. Masood is there in Pakistan, not in Afghanistan. But the biggest issue which is coming up is, with regard to this particular thaw or the ceasefire, is that Durand line is not respected, one, by either side, that is the Taliban of Afghanistan and TTP. Number two, aerial invasion, aerial attack, violating the airspace of a neighboring country is not a signal, it is outbreak of a hostility. Military science all over the world would interpret this particular act as the hostility has broken out. They have not done once, more than once, I think twice or thrice. If that be so, let's not underestimate Afghanistan, incidentally. They, as such, popularly are known as, graveyard of empire. Nobody who has invaded this country has come back unpunished or undefeated, I would say. Pakistan is no exception. It doesn't have much, actually. The residual combat power of Pakistan is zilch. But let me just, for the sake of the viewers' information, Afghanistan today has got the regular Afghanistan National Army of 2.5 lakhs. They have got a special force of 2 lakhs, total 4.5 lakhs. You give the devil its due. The Taliban of Afghanistan, earlier it is to boast of 15,000. Now I am told it's close to 45,000. That is the kind of strength they have. The weapon system which the Americans left, this is very, very telling. This we have to factor in. 85 billion US dollar worth of 3 lakh pieces constituting, they had armor, arms, ammunition, snipers, and 75,000 vehicles, including 20,000 special vehicles, which included the tanks and the BMPs, etc., etc. 200 aircrafts. The aircrafts did not have navigation devices. I am told, as per the latest input which I have got from the open source, if not more, it says 100 aircrafts, but I am taking a bottom line, 50 aircrafts are ready to fly. Where the pilots have taken training, I really don't know. I can't put dots, join the dots. The night vision devices, self-protection armor, missile pods, name a thing, it is there given by the US based on the request the Taliban had made to US at the time of departure in 2021, that they must leave behind substantial quantum of arms, ammunition, and the warlike stores to defend the country once they take over the government. So if they're underestimating Afghanistan as such, then I think they need to revisit their capability and carry out a proper assessment before they carry out an aerial attack, because this time, or I would say never, Afghanistan, Taliban, hereafter, I don't think they will have any excuse from their side to let Pakistan go scot-free. I'm told, as a defense analyst, my assessment is this ceasefire may not last for too long. There may be very frequent violations in times ahead. Back to you, Vinit.
And General Sudhakarji, what does this mean for the situation that continues to persist between Afghanistan and Pakistan concerning the Durand line? Do you think that there needs to be a focus by members such as Qatar as well as Turkey to sort this matter out as well? Because Afghanistan has not relented when it comes to its claims.
Absolutely. But again, very interesting, and I must compliment you for a superb question you are asking. You see, sorry, don't mind, I'm digressing from the question for a little while, for a sentence or two. You see, Donald Trump and his sincerity is hats off, full marks to him. He is one person who stuck his head out to bring this mindless conflict to end, be it in the Central Europe or Hamas. But let me tell you, my forecast, since I have joined the dots adequately, neither of these two conflicts are going to come to an end during the full tenure of, balanced tenure of Donald Trump, no matter how hard he tries, because there is a deep state. He's got wrapped up into the deep state so badly now. Now he cannot dictate his own vision. He's being driven by the deep state. Now, why am I giving this background is, today, do you know, the Pakistanis have been caught handing over weapon systems carrying from Iran to the Houthis, that is in Yemen. This is unheard of a development. I was in one of the channels, I was shocked. If this is what is happening, if it comes to light, if it is true, you can well imagine, damn the Abraham Accord, damn the lollipopping and taking Munir onto the lap of Donald Trump. What explanation will Pakistan have to justify this particular action, support being given to Iran? It is for the very purpose to counter Iran, contain it substantially and meaningfully, that they have been taken on the lap of America. So these are the new dimensions which are evolving. What I'm coming to is, to your question, you see, this unfortunately, the bigger and the hidden agenda.
Right, sir. So we do have a paucity of time, but your inputs have been extremely valuable. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. All right, moving on. Delhi's air quality has plunged to dangerous levels ahead of the Hindu festival Diwali, with pollution levels reaching severe in many areas. Delhi's air quality index hit 274, classifying the air as poor, while regions in the city saw AQI levels soar to 426, which is deemed severe. Other areas exceeded 300, falling under the very poor category. The surge in pollution is surprising, as stubble burning in neighboring states has been minimal due to floods. Instead, the primary contributor to the spike include vehicular emissions, road dust, construction activities, and industrial pollution. Several Southeast Asian capitals, including Hanoi, Jakarta, Bangkok, Phnom Penh and Manila, are grappling with severe air pollution as well. Hanoi, Vietnam are ranked the most polluted city in the world for weeks in early 2025, with hazardous PM 2.5 levels far exceeding the WHO guidelines. With Diwali approaching, experts warn the situation could worsen, particularly with the expected increase in firecracker use. Residents are urged to take precautions such as staying indoors and using air purifiers, as Delhi's chronic pollution crisis continues to threaten public health. Jakarta faces similar challenges. Bangkok is frequently listed among the most polluted cities, suffering from heavy smog. Phnom Penh and Ho Chi Minh City also rank high in pollution. Mr. V.K. Joshi, former director of the Geological Survey of India, is joining us from Delhi at this point in time. Mr. Joshi, appreciate you being here with us, sir. So this is a yearly phenomena, isn't it? We will continue to talk about it next year as well. We spoke about it last year as well. The pollution levels with the kind of incessant outflow that is being witnessed require a very, very stern hand by the administration to be curbed. What are your thoughts, sir? What can be done about this?
Let me clear one thing first. I am a geologist, I am not a meteorologist. Okay. Now, as a geologist, what I can guess is, or I can think is, that Delhi's geographical location. It is situated on Indo-Gangetic plains and with Himalayas on the northern side and Aravallis on the southern side. So it acts like a bowl. And in this bowl, what happens that during this period, when the monsoon has moved southwards, the air gets cooled, and thus the ground gets cooled in the night. And early morning, that cool air is trapped by a hot air above. And in that trapped cool air, which is slightly moist also, all the dust particles and whatever particles are raised by moving vehicles and construction activities or other human activities are trapped. And they give rise to this smog, which is very hazardous to the health. Now, if I take you back to earlier years, I was posted in Delhi in 1966, and this was the best season of the year. There was no pollution, and sky was blue, and there was hardly any pollution. At that time, I used to drive around Delhi very comfortably. But now, I find it, even sitting in a taxi, I feel scared because of the traffic. What I mean to say is that the number of vehicles has increased multiple folds. Whatever types of vehicles may be, but the number of vehicles has increased multiple folds. Vehicle may not be emitting that much of smoke as compared to earlier vehicles, but the road dust is always there. Secondly, the construction activities. Construction activities in Luton's Delhi may be prohibited, but in other parts of the Delhi or bordering areas, it is continuing. And during construction activity, a lot of dust is raised. So, and the vehicles which bring construction material, they are also very rickety. All these things aid to the pollution. And it is partly due to weather, partly due to geographical location, and partly man-made. In my opinion, there has to be
Sir,
some
appreciate you
system
joining
of
us. We do have a paucity of time, but thank you for your thoughts. All right, moving on.